Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. And my heart's desire in this message is that if you know someone that hasn't awakened yet, hadn't had that enlightenment, that born-again experience, that by the end of this short video, you could share this with them and they will, or maybe you yourself haven't experienced that yet. And my friends, the first thing I want to talk about is the danger of religion. What if I told you a story about a man and he told his God that if he was victorious in battle, meaning he went in and wiped out all the inhabitants from the oldest to the youngest, male, female, young and old, children, and then took all the spoils, got all the spoils. If he was victorious in this deed, that he would sacrifice the first person that came out of his home when he got home. And then when he got home after being victorious, he offered up his daughter as a blood sacrifice to his God. What religion would you pin that with? My friends, that is straight out of the Bible. That is the story of Jephthah. And the Jewish people every year for thousands of years have honored him as a man of valor because he kept his word to Jehovah that he would slay the first person that came out. And they think that's honor. My friends, can you see the danger of religion? Can you see how a person that thinks that is good, they honor that? Every year they have celebrations for that. How that person could never wake up because their idea of good is bad. I could go on with stories like that. Those of you who've been following me, you know we've covered most of them. But in Asha 13, and that's the teachings of the Magi for you that just coming, I should clarify, the 2,600-year-old teachings of the Magi. In Asha 13, it says that good is good and bad is bad. The most simple idea there is. That idea alone could awaken someone, my friends. But the problem is if they don't know what good is anymore, if they don't know what bad is anymore. Do you understand what I'm telling you? If they think and they want to celebrate someone that killed his own daughter to appease their God for being able to go in and kill the men, women, and children and get all the spoils, they think that's good, my friends. And I could go on with story and story. And as I try to tell people, it doesn't matter what religion it is, if it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, they'll justify the horrible, bad thing that the story is talking about, or that they have to do, if be it a sacrifice or something. They have a reason why it's good. That the end justifies the means. My friends, that's not good. And Asha 13 teaches the most simple truth. Good is good and bad is bad. But to find that good again, you have to let go of those different wrong ideas. And as I've tried to help people that have come to me, especially like, and I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, so please don't leave me, stay with me, but some of my Christian friends, I try to get them to meditate, to hear from God, because inside of us, my friends, the perfect Creator put a book inside of you that knows all these truths, but you just have to go inside and see it. But they're so scared. They've been told by their preachers, don't meditate because you might accidentally hear from a devil. My friend, when I pray and meditate, I hear from good spirit, and I'm never concerned that I'm not. And I know what is good and I know what is bad. It's all quite so simple. You lose that gray area. If your God can be jealous, if he can hate and kill and destroy and love and be at peace, it gets very muddy, doesn't it? It gets very hard to see and hard to hear. But my friends, when you take it back to Asha 13, good is good and bad is bad. There's good spirit, there's evil spirit, there's love, or there's hate. It's so simple, my friends. And so anyway, when I've tried to do meditations with some of my Christian friends, I'll hear them going, Jesus, 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 Jesus. You know, I'm all, whoa, what are you doing? And their idea of meditating, they go, well, I'm just meditating on the name of Jesus, because they're scared to quiet their thoughts and minds, because they might hear something and they're afraid they're going to get deceived by a devil or something. You know, I said, could you imagine if you're talking to your husband, you know, and you want a relationship with him, and every time you go to converse with him, you're all Mike, 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 Mike. You know, you would have no relationship whatsoever. You need to have a peace that your God, your creator, that you can hear from him. You can communicate with him. You don't always have to be talking. I'm so tired. Like every time you go to a church, they're always just giving their laundry list of what they want, and it's always more money. You know, it's the same thing all the time. They're just always talking, but they're never listening. They're never growing. And then they read the same ridiculous book. I'm so frustrated with it. I don't want to get off on these tangents. I got a lot to teach here, but it does bother me. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just keep teaching so I don't lose you, because my friends, I want you to get this. I don't want to alienate anyone from any religion, but I want you to get the highest truth. The Magi that came and visited the Christ, that worshipped at his feet, that anointed him. They were Zoroastrian priests. The teachings of Jesus, of the loving Father, not the God that hates, wars, and kills, came from the Magi. And I want to share that with you. I'm going to read to you Asha 12 and Asha 13. And everything you need to know is in that. In Asha 12 it says, there is nothing for me outside. My friends, you don't need to read someone else's books. You don't need to hear someone else's ideas on good, on God. It's all inside of you. A perfect creator made a perfect you, and all you have to do is listen. It says, I have spent too long looking outside of myself. Have you done that, my friends? Hey, are you always waiting to, you go to church, you read the books, you hear the preachers, you watch the videos, but you yourself haven't had the experience of knowing God? This is going to show you how to do it. It says, I have spent too long looking outside myself, looking for meaning, purpose, affirmation, approval, love, truth, happiness in God, and I find myself ever searching. Does that sound familiar? What do? It says, so I quiet all the many thoughts and ideas and stories, and I go inside, and there I see the Christ. The Christ is within you, my friends. It says, then I realize there's no separation from my good, from my God. We are one, and all the truth and happiness I was looking for is here now. I am that. My friends, you come from good spirit. You are actually made up of good spirit energy, and all you have to do is align back with it. But the problem is, my friends, you've invited the wrong God into your life with these world religions. Understand this. Get this right now in the name of Jesus. I pray you get this. If you invite into an idea of God that hates, wars, kills, destroys, would kill men, women, and children, would be jealous, would have these lower vibration and attributes, you've invited that into. My friends, that's how, and that's what it means. Like when people ask you, you're saved if you believe in God. My friends, no, that's not how it works by just believing that there's a God, but you receive God by holding his vibration. What God do you believe in means who have you invited in you? Have you invited the Jehovahs and the Allahs and the Shivas that hate, war, kill, destroy? Or have you invited the all good spirit, the loving Father, that doesn't matter what's going on around him? He doesn't change his nature, just like you shouldn't. It doesn't matter if someone around you is acting wrong. You shouldn't get into anger and violence or perversion or whatever lower vibration. You should stay in the high vibrations just like the loving Father does. But that's not what they teach you in their books. My friends, good is good, bad is bad. If you don't get anything else out of that, remember that good is good, bad is bad. And then it says the original word of the good religion. This is Asha 13 now. The original word, my friends, the Christ always talked about the word. He who holds my word has God life. What is word? It's not spoken words, it's vibrated word. When you accept Jesus in, you're accepting his vibration of being one with God. The loving Father, not the God that hates, kills, and destroys. Jesus never taught Jehovah. He taught the loving Father of the Magi. And you hold that original word and get God life. It says that all good comes from the Creator. That's the original word, that all good comes from the Creator and no evil comes from Him. It is impossible for evil to come from the Creator. And when you understand that, you hold that word, then your spiritual world is made straight, and then your material world is brought into order. That's a true prayer, my friends. Those of you that have been begging God or a deity in the sky to give you health or money or protection or provision, my friends, those are not prayers. Those are begging to a deity. And it never works, does it? You have a 50% chance of it coming true, just like any other silly religion. But my friends, when you vibrate something, you create that thing. And when you vibrate that all good comes from the Creator, and the Creator is all good, and you're holding that, you're holding, I am divine life. I am one with God good, that is health and peace and joy and power and freedom, that nothing is impossible for me because I am one with God. Your spiritual world becomes straight, your vibration becomes right, and you start to create a whole new world. It starts within you. You'll find you got a smile on your face. You feel more at peace, more happy. You're sleeping better. Your family life is better. Your kids actually like to be around you. You and your wife are feeling love again. Your neighbors, and you're spending time with them and they enjoy you. Your neighborhood gets better, and that's how we change the world. Now listen to this. It says that the original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator. Isn't that what all the dark system matrix religions teach, that evil can come from the Creator? My God, could you imagine a good spirit, the highest principle of good, that can hate, war, kill, gets off on someone sacrificing his daughter as a bloody burnt offering because he apparently gave him the power to go in and kill men, women, and children? What would that look like? What would that sound like? Think about it. Use that brain. But people are so fearful. That's why when I tell them, meditate, hear from God, they're going, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. They're scared to death because, my friends, when they ever have gone up against a church, I got friends right now in Iran that if they apostatize from their faith of Islam, they will be killed by their own family members. Does that sound like good? Does that sound like God? It is not, my friends. Even in the Christian religion, it's a little more refined here now in America, but there was a time, if you had these kind of ideas, they would burn you alive. They had their crusades going in and converting people with the sword and killing. And my friends, that's not good. That's not God. That might be their Allahs and their Jehovahs and their Shivas and their mixed matrix gods. But my friends, we need good spirit. We need to invite that into us. That's what we need to believe in. We need to believe in the all good God. Now, let me get back to this. The original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator. And in this false idea is all the evil creatures suffer. All the evil you see in this world is because mankind has invited into their heart, into their mind, into their vibration, the wrong God that hates, wars, kills, and destroys. My God, it's so simple. I hope you guys are getting this. I'm afraid probably most people, as soon as I talk about something that rubs them the wrong way, they check out, they turn off the video. They have a right to do that. But if you stayed and you did get it, you understood it, please go to the comments, let me know, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this message, my friend. This is how we're going to change the world, by people realizing who God really is, restoring His image, which restores our image, which will restore the image of this world. My friends, I love you. Those of you that have been following me for a while, I'm so proud of you guys. Keep handing out Asha, keep spreading the word. I love you so much. We'll see you next time.